Welcome to the Christmas movie cabin, where we bring the magic of mistletoe to the middle of July because waiting for December is for amateurs. I'm Paula Huhn, your host, holiday movie referee, and the only person who thinks hot cocoa belongs on the beach. With me today are two of my fellow festive film junkies, Diana Gleason, who can sniff out a recycled Hallmark plot from 300 miles away, and Shayna Harvey, our wild card, because you never know she's going to love them or light it on fire with a candy cane torch. Today, we're diving into the Christmas Quest, the latest Hallmark holiday adventure where quests are noble, romance is inevitable, and somehow nobody ever wears a coat, no matter how much fake snow is flying. So grab your sunscreen and your sleigh bells. It's time for some festive fun in flip-flops. Okay, so Christmas Quest. So this was released by Hallmark on the app for their Christmas in July. It stars the beloved Lacey Chabert, Christoph Polola, and Derek Riddle. Don't kill me on the names. I got it close. All right, guys. It's a delightful tale about the everyday woman who just happens to have an archaeologist, I guess that's what she was, as a mom, and continues her long-lost dream of finding the Christmas treasure hidden in some Nordic town. She brings along with her ex-husband because, of course, he's the only one who can translate this ancient Nordic dialect. And there's the obvious bad guys. Then there's the obvious spin of the bad guy who think is a bad guy, but, oh, look, it's not a bad guy. In this wonderful Indiana Jones type Christmas movie. So let's get started. All right. Guys, let's start with gut reactions. What was your vibe after the credits rolled?
So I would probably say I have to put it in context because it is a Hallmark Christmas. So as Hallmark Christmas movies goes, I liked some of the distinctions between other movies. It wasn't just the American small town.
Correct. And they did hit every single adventure troop there is.
Right. I like the archaeology. I did feel like it was a little too modern in its treatment of the archaeology, like the rocks. Whoever did
You
the
mean
design was like,
we'll just put a note behind a rock?
yeah, fancy. I had a hard time believing this was anything ancient.
Especially with the knickknacks.
Because the candles were lit. Oh, how do you have candles just lit in a room
Right.
forever?
Right.
When was the last time somebody really was in here? So I'm kind of waiting for like somebody to come out and be like, hey, I live here. This is actually my home and this is what's important to me.
I agree. Could you imagine those little things like what called so in the story, part of the history or the tale is that there's these 13, I guess they're supposed to be elves. They're called something else, and they hide things for they hide treasures and things. Diana, what did you think?
I definitely like the whole adventure part, like, kinda like Indiana Jones, because I love Indiana Jones. But I don't know, like, at times, I felt like their chemistry was a little off. Like, the
Really?
yeah, at the end was cool, but I feel like, I don't know, some of the lead up could have been I don't know. I
I
just
probably feel about the Hallmark lead up and the lack of any nuance. I actually thought they did a great job this time.
oh,
That's so funny you didn't like that. So what specifically didn't you like about like, did you feel like they rushed it, or did you feel like they just had no chemistry?
I felt like he really liked her, but she was I don't know, maybe she was just, like, more about her job and but she just I feel like it didn't give the feels when she's like, "Oh, I really, like" the feels like she misses him, but I did feel like he was really into her, but I didn't get all the feels from her. Maybe till the very end, but, like, I didn't get the lead up, and I
I
kinda like the
see.
lead up.
Very interesting. See, I related to her very much so, especially that scene where he's yelling at her, like, "It's always about you and it's never about me."
I definitely appreciated that, like, her doing her own thing and, like, like, she was, like, following in her mom's footsteps, and her mom wasn't here, and I was, like, honoring her mom, like, being closer to her mom. I got all that. But I just didn't and maybe that's how it was supposed to be, I don't know. I just didn't feel like she was like, "Oh, yeah, you're here to help me," and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I really like you." He didn't say that, but
That sometimes people are.
I get that feel, but, like, for her part, she was just like, "Alright, let's go."
Yeah, I feel like sh I think there was something alluded to in one of the scenes where I think it was she who left him because
Yeah.
she knew that her work was, like, gonna be super important, and I think the line was, "I loved him, but I couldn't be the one who kept hurting him." And so
Mm.
it seemed like she left. Like, she loved him, but it did seem like she loved her work more. Like, she really did love her work. And then he was like a close second.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, maybe because that's living my best life in the way. I just love the fact that you didn't see that from her.
yeah, you didn't necessarily like, I got the kind of regret that this didn't work out, but I didn't see, and maybe because she loved her work so much, she was like, that's not gonna change. So
Okay.
there's no point in me like pining after this dude because that was the reason we broke up in the first place. So I'm not changing.
And then incorporating him into her world could have made her spark different feelings. But again, a person like that who's in love with their job, essentially, and like that passionate, especially when it's attached to your parent or your loved one or someone like that, like I think she felt it, but it was like having him now live with her, she was just kind of, yeah, I can see us together. And she wasn't scared to let him in anymore because now he's by her side, not behind her.
True.
Deep thought by Paula.
Yeah. She did seem, like, into him at the end, but that's when I felt it. But maybe that's because he was part of her work, like, helping her.
Yeah. Was there anything cringy? Or something that made you gush? I know, Diana, you didn't like, was there a time when you went, "Oh," and you felt the feels?
Near the end, when he said he was gonna help the other guy, but he really wasn't.
That gave you, like, the shit, really?
'Cause then when he stayed following each other and she that once he found out he wasn't going to help them.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So
Acting like he was betraying her.
gotcha. Okay. So that part, and then when he came around in the street, made you get the butterflies. Okay, because she did kinda look at him with admiration.
She did. She did.
Yeah. How about you?
And that's when it flipped for her. I'm over it. So,
Oh, I might actually like this guy. I can't see me so well. They're
it was so
sexy.
like they were there, but she just they had to be brought out. But I think for me, it was that moment where he was admiring her and she was like spitting off all of these archeological kind of facts when they came out of that cave thing and they kind of walking that in that mountain. And he just looked at her with such admiration. I was like, oh, he loves
Yeah.
that's beautiful. And then when she said the line, she said, I couldn't continue to be the one to hurt him. He wasn't, and I couldn't continue to be the one to cause that. I was like, that is love, letting him go and being willing to let him go.
Yeah.
Because she knew, again, I guess it could be argued that the sacrifice of her career might have also said, hey, I love you more than I love this quest that I'm going on. That's not realistic either.
It's
She could
true.
just resent him for the rest of her life.
Or exactly. So what's better? Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
point.
But those are the two parts where that kind of stuck out as in terms of their relationship. Where I can, oh, he loves her so much.
I do like how they did an adventure. It's very not Hallmark. Like just the idea. I was really impressed how they were like, let's give this a shot because this is new. This is a completely different idea. But now let's bring it back to Christmas and Christmas vibes. Did it feel like Christmas to you?
I just wasn't getting Christmas vibe for this one.
Not the usual, like, roast and all Christmas, no.
I feel like they could have done more with the fable to make it feel more Christmassy. What do you
The
think?
music score wasn't Christmassy either.
Oh, yeah. It was
Very
not
It was
That
because I had a closed captioning on.
Because we're old enough, how we have to watch things now.
And you know how they like describe the music
Yeah.
whenever music comes on. At first, it was like epic music, and then adventurous music, and like, but it was never like Christmassy music or
Jingle bells. Yeah.
kind of thing. So I think the musical score has a lot to do with the feel of Christmas.
great. Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
those jingle bells in there somewhere.
It was
Well,
cute. I will give it this. It was very cute. It was a different direction. Kudos to Hallmark for trying something new. All right. So we've reached that time again in our segment. Now we are going to vote on the I think there's 10. Yeah, 10 key things in every Christmas movie. Okay, we're going to tally them up. So we do it's a tally. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you feel? Okay, and then we'll add it up and see what score the movie got. Small town setting or adorably named town. How did they accomplish that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, it was adding the international twist was great.
Okay.
Still a small town.
yeah, I just was a small town.
What would you give it for a score?
9.
Okay, 9, nice.
An 8.
An 8, okay. I give it a 9. I agree. It's a small town. They were literally in the middle of nowhere with very convenient pathways, if you noticed, when they were walking.
Yeah.
Very convenient pathways. But yeah, I give it a 9. It was very small. All right. Over-involved town busybody. I don't think there was anyone. I can't think of anyone who would be the busybody, unless you count the old lady who was also in the bar. Know-it-alls. Oh my goodness, everybody, hold the phone. We have a special guest. She looks so Christmassy, and I love Diana. I love her.
Right? I loved red scarf and the earrings. You do.
Shayna, meet Maria in person.
Hi, Shayna. How are you?
I'm Bria.
I hope that you did not dislike the movie. That was my favorite Hallmark movie ever.
I did not dislike it. I just wouldn't rewatch.
I must say, it was great for maybe bouncing Hallmark people. I think you're right, Hallmark Mountains.
Maria, you would be shocked. I actually liked the romance this time.
Wasn't he good? He was good and he was cute.
He was cute.
With some
Really good. He was really good.
Yeah.
It was like regular guy cute good. I'm glad he wasn't like model like cute. He was like, oh, this is a handsome man. On the
Unbelievable.
street, I'd be like, handsome man.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
He was believable cute. And when he looked over and saw the picture of him and her on her phone, that gave me goosebumps.
Shayna brought up some really great moments that he had that I didn't even think about. I actually admitted I had butterflies over like the almost kiss. So you've been proud of me. I also relate to her very, very much in her addiction to work and loving that and not understanding why someone wouldn't just let her go out on Christmas to work. So we have reached the point where we just started reading it.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question was small town setting or adorable named town, scale of 1 to 10.
It's the biggest city in wherever they were in Scotland. They were in Scotland and think like
Like one bar restaurant or something.
That cute little town square, little Christmas town thing.
yeah, but it's just because it's the capital. I think it's I think I'm just gonna look it up.
Well, there's reality and then there's this movie. Because we all forgot like it was a small town. We're like Diana gave it an 8, Shayna a 9, I gave it a 9.
We always seem to have the same people.
It wasn't a small town since Reykjavik is the capital of Iceland.
So you're a 0.
You're a zero.
Okay. All right. So now we were debating the busybody. Okay. Honest, the lady in the bar,
Oh.
busybody-ish. So I would give it like a 4. What do you think? Opinions.
The
I-
old couple.
What?
The old couple, like the Mr. and Mrs. Claus couple.
Oh. I
They
didn't
were
like
like
that
this
from
these ladies' house, and they were like, guys, come in and decorate our tree.
They're Icelanders. They like people.
Mr. and Mrs.
I
Claus.
don't like a 3. Really.
I really feel a busybody.
All right. So Diana, what's your score?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, Maria, what's your score?
A 2. I'm gonna say Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. That was the whole purpose of the old couple.
I'm giving this movie the highest scores. Guys. All right. It is Christmas in July. Okay.
But don't we always agree the ones that don't fit the criteria are the best?
Which are okay. Number 3. Best friend with suspicious morals.
That loud guy. See that guy. Well, I don't even know who he was. Remember?
Yeah. First one. And
That's right, because
Some of his morals were questionable there.
she never
He was I mean, when he was sitting in the car, like playing the drums when he was supposed to be looking out for them, that was one of those mishaps. But I wouldn't chalk that up to loose morals.
He helped them break into some party they weren't even supposed to be at. Though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's
There were
true.
distractions, but whose morals are loose? Was it theirs for asking, or
Right.
his for agreeing?
He was so good at that.
Sure.
Exactly what he was doing.
He was very good at it.
Mhm.
Relatively quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna give that an 8.
But I'm gonna go 4.
All right, Sheena's a 4. Diana, you're quiet over there.
5.
5, okay. And Maria,
5.
5, okay. Number 4, a kid wishing for a parent to find love.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
There's none of that.
No, that's a bad
That's gonna be Christmas Quest 2.
There you go.
They
parent.
get back together and have
A baby, and he grows up, and then he has to rescue them. Hallmark, are you listening? We got you with plots, man. With the plots. All right. Mr. or Mrs. Fix It.
No.
No. All right. So no one. Okay. So now moving on. Number 6. Almost kiss scene. You all know where I stand on that. That's a 10. That gave me the ooh.
Yeah. I'll give
Yeah.
it a 10.
that's a 10.
And there was an actual kid in that room closet thing when they were trying to get away from everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't count that as the actual kiss though. There was an almost kiss, and it was very steamy.
Yeah, they were cute. They were really cute.
Did he touch her face? Oh God, gets me every time.
A lot for the kids, and that's what did it. Yeah.
Okay. Number 7, cookie, baking, or decorating.
They made the thing with the old people.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I know.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just down at 7 because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm on 8 on that.
Okay.
9. It's cookies. They make cookies. We didn't. 9. It was still
They had her have some cookies. She
I give it a 9.
she didn't have her.
Tree lighting ceremony. Was there a tree lighting ceremony?
No.
No. All right. Snowfall at the climax.
There's a lot of snow.
There was
Yeah. None.
the end, which shocked me.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah.
And the one we had this one like
Like, where did they really film that one? Good job making it look like it was cold, but she did a terrible job making it look like it was cold.
Yeah, I know I had a scene where I saw, and I was like, it looks like it should be like below zero, but both of them had their jackets unzipped, and he like t-shirt on under.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't look cold enough to me,
Yeah.
to be wherever you are. But yeah,
That in winter, yeah, it should have been night. They're like walking around in Christmas gear that night. They're like running into that church.
he's like, maybe I can look it up, see where it was filmed.
Yeah.
Literally.
It was filmed on location in Iceland. Yeah.
Because they had to bring point to that. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was dusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool that it was filmed.
It was filmed
I
on.
mean, she really was cold. Better at it.
She might have had heating pads and then not cared.
Yeah, there might have been like heating
Heated
lamp.
jacket.
Yeah, the new heated jackets.
I'm impressed.
I will say, if you remember, just that Hallmark went all the way over to Iceland to fly.
You couldn't afford dirt.
That's for them. Like,
It was worth it.
but Iceland,
It was
it's
worth it. One of their better movies. It was worth it.
All right, coming in number 10. How do we feel about our Christmas miracle?
I like that it wasn't something like, I like that it was just, oh, the meaning of Christmas is just family and Christmas. I like how they brought that whole thing together.
Love the message maker delivery.
I think it was a Christmas miracle.
Okay.
And brought family back together. You know, that's the real meaning of Christmas, being with people you love.
Oh, it's cute. Shayna?
I think the Christmas miracle, the person they thought was bad turning good, or actually wanting to help them, the greedy person getting the short end of the stick, and people who are more benevolent are winning out. I think all of those elements were there. The true meaning is, turning to the people you love and appreciating what you already have instead of constantly chasing something else. I think all of those elements were there. So for that, I'm going to give it a 7, just because I feel like the cave scene at the end was anticlimactic for me. So I can't go all the way there because I'm still stuck on the fact that the candles were still burning and the cave was closed.
Yeah.
So
Diana, what was your score?
Okay, yeah, 9.
9. Okay. Maria, Christmas miracle.
And it was, Christmas miracle. Christmas miracle. I'm going to go with, the candles being lit. Things would have been like a lot more gross, a lot moldy.
exactly.
Yeah. But there was a lot of cobwebs on that compass.
I didn't see
That
the
doesn't make sense either.
And like she found her mom's thing that just happened to be sitting there. It was like
Right.
a little BS. Okay, I'm going to go with 8.
8. 8. Okay.
And the letter her mom wrote was like completely intact. Like no wear and tear. And how long has she been dead?
Yeah.
How long since she originally
Like
found
McDonald's
it?
French fries.
Was like, remember her mom was really young when she found the book. So clearly she had found that place. She was youngest, right? And
I think she's 13 when her mom stopped. Like
because her mom found it, right?
So
A 30-year-old letter sitting in a cave with a bunch of kids. Never went down and never blew out.
Never proved that. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay, you know what? All right. I was gonna go low, but I'm gonna give it a 7 because of that. Thank you, Diane. Great point. What is our total overall score? I'm gonna start. Diana, you're in my upper left hand corner. Overall score.
An 8.
Okay, Shayna,
I give it a 6.5.
6.5. Okay, Maria.
Goodness, 6.5. That hurt my heart. 9.
No,
No, that movie for me was a Hallmark 10. I loved it.
I love you, Maria. I do. I love that you introduced me to these movies, and I believe I said her name correctly because of you in the intro. So, unfortunately, though, I had to give this a 5.
Let's.
I loved the romance, but everything else was like, come, Maria, there's a rock. She goes, oh, look at this lever.
She's really smart. Hello, have you seen? No.
I mean, for me, this is Hallmark's attempt to divert the plot a little bit, and this is new territory for them. So they need some people to help pay attention to some of these little details that'll make it.
Yeah,
Because they got the other stuff down pat.
I
But
agree.
like new like a new lane with this whole adventure theory. I'm giving them a little bit of green. I gave them above a 5.
That's true.
It's
She
like
got it.
almost to a 7. They got some right to improve and upon this plot line.
Like maybe if the map wasn't so clean, maybe if it wasn't so obvious of the betrayal, maybe if they didn't travel by map so much or have a montage in the middle.
Clean man.
Yeah.
You really think so? A montage. Honestly, that should be part of our criteria. Is there a montage?
That's a good
There-
question.
There definitely was a montage there. Or Christmassy music. Because
Yes.
the musical score for this was more adventure. Less
You know what's funny? And even when they were in the car singing Christmas music, you didn't hear the Christmas music. No, okay. All right.
I didn't like that. I want our Christmas music.
Yeah. All right. So keep one. No, it's still a 10. I'm sorry. It was an excellent.
You were at a 9, you added a point?
And I went to 10. I went to a 9 for no music, but I can't. I don't like it. This is one of my favorite Hallmark movies.
Took the average of how many we actually could answer, and this movie got a score of 6.7. 6.7. So, again, it is worth the watch. Final words, final opinions. What did you think? Diana, you go first.
Liked it. It's cute. I might watch it again, but there's others I probably watch over it, but it was so cute.
Okay. Shayna, last words.
So again, cute, 6.5. Probably not gonna watch it again. But if it came on, I would probably smile and be like, all right, I'll watch. But I'm not gonna look forward to watch.
All right, Maria.
I think it is Hallmark magic. I think it is what a Hallmark movie is all about. I think that's what it's supposed to be about. It gave me the feel. I felt things. I know you did too, Paula, because you realized you're a workaholic throughout this whole experience.
The argument was fantastic.
Yeah, it gave me all the feels, and I think everyone should watch it. And probably if you're just flipping through the Hallmark channel, you'll watch it again and again. Yeah, every time.
Maybe. You all know this is probably my favorite Hallmark so far, so that's a good sign. I want to thank everyone for joining us here at the Christmas Movie Cabin, where the fake snow is always fresh, the takes are always spiced like cinnamon. Subscribe, drop your comments, and let us know, was Christmas Quest holiday treasure or a regift mess? See you next episode. Bring your cheer and maybe a beach towel.